I haven't got a donation or a sub for an hour. What the for an hour? What the How did my whole speech about how I need subs and to keep the stream going if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs? There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching? This is fucking actually really heartbreaking because it's like people just really they really don't respect me as a content creator.
Well, maybe there's a reason why. A lot of you may remember this streamer from a couple years ago when clips of her shamelessly begging for money flooded the internet. Penguin0 made a video on her, which now has 13 million views, along with Gooden, Pewdiepie, and many other channels basically just flaming and laughing at her. Now you might have thought, surely she must have retired from the internet after being humiliated in front of millions of people. Maybe she turned a new leaf and is now working a more wholesome job at your local Target or Burger King. Well, if you read the title, you know that's not the case. The now 36-year-old has graduated to lying about her age, using racial slurs, and creating the best OF content money can buy. After her infamous rant at the beginning of 2020, her Twitch game actually started to grow throughout the rest of that year. I guess all publicity is good publicity, right? Well, unfortunately, shaming your viewers for money isn't as stable as she thought it was, and by the end of 2021, her average viewers were at an all-time low. So put yourself in her shoes. Your stream is dying, your pockets are hurting, and you now need a new way to maintain relevancy. You already tried recreating your viral moment by saying the most outrageous shit as possible.
If you found me a black bisexual man, I might throw up in my mouth at the thought of sexual contact with him. You can't hate gay people anymore. Why not? I want to hate whoever the fuck I want to hate.
Remember this morning I called you gay boy?
Yeah.
I was trying to like tickle your dick and stuff in bed.
Yeah.
And you were like, no thanks.
Yeah.
And so I called you gay boy.
Yeah. Because you felt insufficient.
Or you just acting like a gay boy.
What? That didn't work? Maybe provoking a Twitter beef is the solution.
It really goes down between two people online, Know Nothing TV and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is the one with the repeated history. Know Nothing, in this case, I would say is more or less defending themselves. Essentially, someone was claiming that J.K. Rowling, who is the author of the Harry Potter series, was anti-Semitic and also transphobic. And Know Nothing TV simply asked to share evidence of her being anti-Semitic, simply asking for proof, but she says, this sounds like a bold claim. Do you have any empirical evidence? Essentially, she's mocking Know Nothing TV here for asking for evidence that a person is what someone claims them to be. And what you're about to see actually get responded to her with is one of what I can only say is the most damaging responses I've actually ever seen someone just drop on a tweet like this, because it completely erodes any credibility to the mockery that Bad Bunny was trying to put out here, right? Where she wants to mock him for asking for evidence for something that, honestly, you know, you should probably provide evidence of if you're going to make an accusation like that. And so, Know Nothing responds with a tweet that says, I don't think it's crazy to ask for evidence of someone being anti-Semitic/racist, etc. before believing it, and it shouldn't be hard to provide if the claim is justified. For example, if someone asks me for evidence that you might be a bigot, I could share the things that you've said. And the screenshot literally contains dozens of Discord messages from Bad Bunny's account where she's saying insane racial slurs towards people, making transphobic comments, constantly making insane comments, and then also a moderator from, I believe, what would be her Discord, that is basically admitting that they erased all of the chat logs containing these so that Bad Bunny and company, aka the people who are also involved in this, could grow from this experience and move on from the past.
So I can't exactly show you the messages due to TOS, but I'll link the original tweet in the description if you're curious. Optimus couldn't have said it better. It really was one of the most damaging Twitter comebacks I've ever seen. It even included evidence of one of her mods trying to cover up the receipts. Now listen, all these messages were from 2019 or earlier, and I generally don't like shitting on people for things they said in the past. So if she maybe apologized or said she learned from her mistakes, then I wouldn't have even brought this up. But obviously, this is Bad Bunny we're talking about. Accountability isn't exactly her forte. So, instead of apologizing, her response was to mass report Know Nothing for the slurs used in her Discord messages. Honestly, this is pretty funny. I'm actually impressed by the level of mental fortitude it must take to be this shameless. I aspire to give this little of a fuck.
Because it's like people just really they really don't respect me as a content creator.
Anyways, let's fast forward 6 months. It's now August 2022. Her viewership is steadily decreasing with every new month, and quite surprisingly, no streamer wants to collaborate due to the skeletons in her closet. It's not like she can get a real job, nor does she seem to have the work ethic to succeed in one, so at this point, she's left with very few options. But, as you all know, when all else fails, there is still one thing that can save you. A beacon of hope that illuminates the path forward and inspires you to persevere even through the darkest of times. That thing is, of course, the sex industry. Why spend hours a day streaming when you can spend just minutes posting naked pictures of yourself for $7 a month? And they say to never take the path of least resistance. I'm actually surprised she didn't think of this sooner. I mean, it's not like shame was the thing holding her back. So in August 2022, the Bad Bunny OF was born. Scratch that, she now goes by Kira Chats. She also got 15 years younger and is now a communist? Oh, but thank God her tip jar stayed the same. She also has her body measurements in her bio for some reason.
Like, look at this dude's player build, bro.
Don't worry though, her OF bio is even better. I'm a brat with daddy issues that went viral demanding $5 a month from my viewers, and I'm very interactive with men that compliment me and give me money. Okay, now this is starting to make a lot more sense. I'm starting to understand the type of people that watch your content. I don't exactly know how much she's making off this, but she has 2.4k followers and seems to get substantial donations on her Throne account, so take that as you will. If you still can't fathom the type of person who would donate her all this money, here's an example that should provide you some clarity.
Because nobody else gets called out like this. No man gets called out for this. Women get called out for this. It's so blatantly obvious. And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman who didn't act like a nice person, which is what makes sexually frustrated incels angry.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab,
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
can I help you?
Alright, so I usually try to give both perspectives of the people I talk about and try to display the redeeming qualities in my videos, but this time it's just impossible. I guess you could maybe defend her by arguing she's just playing a character, but she acts the same way in her own personal relationships and has burned countless bridges with other creators. I'm yet to see a positive review or endorsement from any other person on her behalf. All that can be said is that she serves a good example of what not to do, and the pattern of entitlement, toxicity, and lies is a way of catching up to you.